Right now here at noon, we're tracking 2 storms today, including a tropical storm Hanna that could make landfall in the next 24 hours on the coast of Texas.
And we're also watching Tropical Storm Gonzalo that could become the first hurricane of the Atlantic season tomorrow. And there's another area to watch in the Atlantic just behind Gonzalo.
It's a busy time in the tropics. Let's get right over to your weather authority meteorologist, Brandon, or you are a busy man today.
Yeah, it is very busy. Several things going on into the tropics here on the Atlantic side, one of which is in the Gulf of Mexico. It's well to the west of us. We're not seeing any impacts from this. It's headed towards the Texas coastline south of Houston, closer to around Corpus Christi or so. That's where the cone takes this storm system as a tropical storm, expected to strengthen about 15 miles per hour stronger than where it is now, up to a 60-mile-per-hour storm as it moves along the coastline. So the winds don't look like it's going to be that big of a deal. It's going to be the rainfall. Rainfall totals estimated by some of our computer models are showing a large swath and have been very consistent with this of more than a half a foot of rain. And this goes across South Texas around and south of Corpus Christi. So that's some pretty hefty rainfall totals. That's the big threat with this one, likely making landfall in about 24 hours from now. That's going to be about midday tomorrow. We're also watching, you can barely even see it. Can you see this little guy down here? It's still pretty small. This is Gonzalo, still a tropical storm. Latest update from the Hurricane Center actually does not strengthen this one all that much. It keeps it pretty much a tropical storm as it moves across the Windward Islands and then through the central Caribbean. And that's where we're expecting this to kind of dissipate. We're also watching a second storm system pretty far behind this that also could develop. So the only short-term immediate threat to the U.S. is that storm moving into South Texas. There's also something out there near Hawaii, too. The tropics just really lighting up in both basins. Here locally, we do have a couple of downpours I wanted to tell you about real quick. Some of these have been pretty small, but they're heavy, and they're pushing inland, so isolated showers, not as widespread as the past couple of days. I'll be back with you here in about 15 minutes because I want to talk about the weekend forecast. We have a surge of moisture coming our way from the Bahamas, but it's not going to be a washout. So if you have plans this weekend, you'll want to see the timeline. That's ahead.